Pasteur's Swan-Neck Flask Experiments disproved the theory of spontaneous generation. In 1675, Antonie van Leeuwenhoek was actually given the honorary title of the Father of Microbiology. Antonie van Leeuwenhoek was coined the Father of Microbiology because he observed the first motile microscopic organisms. Motile means to be mobile or able to move around. He called these organisms animalcules. He gathered these animalcules from a drop of pond water that he had collected. Van Leeuwenhoek also discovered the first bacteria. Cells had already been discovered by Robert Hooke in 1965, but those were plant cells. Animal cells and bacterial cells were discovered by Van Leeuwenhoek. Before this time, microorganisms were hypothesized but never actually observed. Many people were resistant to the idea that something could exist that was actually too small to be seen with the naked eye. It was not until the invention of the microscope that this micro-world was able to be observed. Early microscopes did not have much magnifying power until 1675, when Antonie van Leeuwenhoek developed the first microscopic lenses powerful enough to observe these microorganisms. These improvements resulted in a magnification of up to 300 times. Louis Pasteur was known for creating a lot of different things, including our pasteurization processes that we still use today. Louis Pasteur performed a series of experiments that presented overwhelming evidence against the theory of spontaneous generation. Many consider Louis Pasteur's experiments to be the death blow to the theory of spontaneous generation. So, first, some background. The controversy at the time was how microorganisms were able to grow in broth. Broth is a nutrient medium that has nutrients that microorganisms need to live. Broth had already been developed, and they had been using this to grow microorganisms in labs. It had been observed already that microbes were able to grow in nutrient-rich broth. But there was a debate as to why or how this occurred. Louis Pasteur postulated that microbes grew in broth because broth was exposed to microbes existing in the air, too small to be seen with the naked eye. These microbes would get into the broth from the air and then reproduce over a few days, growing enough to be seen as cloudiness in the broth. The other idea was in line with the theory of spontaneous generation. This idea was that the so-called microbial growth observed in the broth after sitting out on the counter for a few days was due to something that was called the pneuma, or the vital force. The pneuma, or vital force, was thought to be this spiritual force in the air that was able to cause spontaneous generation. So, basically, these microorganisms were able to spontaneously generate out of the broth. In order to put these two different hypotheses to the test, Louis Pasteur created the Swan-Neck Flask. The Swan-Neck Flask was designed to allow air through, or the pneuma, or vital heat, through, but it would actually trap any microorganisms in the bend in the neck of the flask. Here we see a diagram of the experiment. At the beginning of the experiment, broth was boiled to make sure that there were no microorganisms existing in the broth at the beginning of the experiment. Then the Swan-Neck flask with broth were incubated for a few days. So the pneuma, or vital heat, had access to the broth during this incubation period, but any microorganisms that would be in the air would not have access to the broth. After the incubation was done, they found no microbes. No microorganisms. The vital heat, or pneuma, was able to get through, but no microbes. So then they repeated the experiment. But this time they broke off the swan-neck portion of this swan-necked flask. These organisms that you couldn't see, that were just hypothesized to be in the air, now did have access to the broth. And when they waited 3 days for incubation, lo and behold, there was growth in the broth. So the microorganisms did grow, and the microorganisms were found at the end of the incubation. Pasteur's Swan-Neck Flask experiments disproved the theory of spontaneous generation and gave overwhelming evidence that microorganisms exist all around us. Thank you for watching.